Hey guys, this is Pharaoh 2091, and welcome back to Let's Play Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Justice for All for Nintendo DS. Last time we left off, we once again had to hear another testimony from Miss Andrews here. However, we were about to win and everything. We were going to get the not guilty verdict. Maya was going to go okay free. Matt was going to be okay. But morally, we just couldn't let it happen the way it was going to happen. She was going to take his place. Something was not getting explained correctly, and we have to find out the truth here. So, let's hear, once again, one more testimony from Adrian right here about her crime. When I first saw him, I really thought he had fainted. Honest. When I realized he was dead, that's when I formulated my plan. Once I made sure that there was no one in the hallway, I made a dash back to Matt's room. And then, I stabbed Juan's dead body with the knife and ripped off the button. And just when I finished and was returning to Matt's room, it had a bit of inconvenience. And that's why I ended up using a Nickel Samurai costume. Well, holy crap. Stab the body? With the knife? Why would you do that? Isn't it obvious? To pin the blame on a certain person. A certain cowardly man. What do you mean by all this? It might take this court a little while to understand, but this is the truth. The real killer is Matt. That scumbag of a man. I'll never forgive him. He's trying to escape his guilt again, just like last time. Last time? So, Miss Andrews stabbed the victim, Juan, in the chest with a knife. However, she didn't do it with a murder in mind. She did it with the intent of framing Matt on guard for the murder. And if this is her crime. What the hell's going on here? Doesn't make any type of sense, blah, blah, blah. What? How is this even possible? I mean, wasn't Miss Andrews supposed to be a real murderer? Oh, Mr. Wright, please get over your shock and commence the cross-examination here. Yeah, you can tell this is a very, very weird circumstance here. I mean, I don't know. And here, I gotta get more information on everything she just said. So she thought he fainted. But you can tell from the state the room was in that there must have been a fight. Are you telling the truth when you say that you did not know he was dead? He had a scarf tied around his neck. And that scarf was part of the Jam Ninja's costume. So I didn't think anything about it was strange. His head was also tilted down a bit, so I couldn't see his face that well. That's why I thought I'd wake him up and let the pour juice. And what about this? What is this plan you had? I knew right away the murderer was Matt. I knew because Juan, he was going to expose Matt's weakest weak point to the world. So Matt did this to stop Juan and silence him for good. That's when I thought I should forge some evidence and pin the crime on Matt. So the forged pieces of evidence were the knife and the button. The first thing that came to mind was to plant the knife. And that's when she went and got the knife. That was so you could get the knife, correct? The knife Matt used at dinner had his fingerprints all over it. I thought if I used that, then the police would certainly turn their eyes towards him. Matt was napping with his costume on at that time. I slipped in, took the knife, and returned to the scene of the crime. And then, there we go. Then she stabbed him with the thing and ripped off the button. So you were the one to stab the victim with that knife. It gives me goosebumps to think about it now. What a horrible thing I did. But at that time, I couldn't control my own body. It moved on its own. Then when I stabbed Juan's dead body, I suddenly realized something. If I used the button somehow, I could make Matt look even more like a suspect. So he thought to rip off one of the buttons and then plant on Mr. Angard's Hakama. Yes, that's what I had planned to do. But things never go that smoothly, do they? So yeah, she said she had been inconvenienced. What about this? An inconvenience? There was a woman with a camera at the ready, loitering in the hallway. I'm willing to bet my spikes it was Lada. Who else would it have been? There was also a woman with a ray gun at the ready, pacing back and forth. And that's Miss Olbach for you. I had already been caught and made into a big scoop for a certain weekly tabloid once, so I couldn't very well go out looking like myself and get caught again. And that's why I explained this costume then. You were the one who prepared that costume, weren't you? Yes, I took it from Global Studios. I also put it into Juan's guitar case the day before the award ceremony. You did this in preparation for the press conference, correct? Yes, Juan wanted to wear that costume and hold a press conference in it. He was going to disclose Matt's biggest secret there. And what is this secret? That, I don't know. Anyway, I thought that if I were to leave Juan's room in the Nickel Samurai costume, that people would think that Matt was a real murderer. I was very careful not to leave any fingerprints when I opened the guitar case. And I absolutely did not want anyone to know about the costume. I think we've heard enough. So, after that, we went back to Mr. Angard's room and planted a button into Matt's Hakama? Yes. After that, I folded up the costume I was wearing and put it into a bag. Then I snuck it out of the hotel and got rid of it. My word. What does all this mean? Mr. Edgeworth, is it? The real criminal is Matt Angard! Yesterday, the wet woman prosecutor sat me down for a talk. Franziska, huh? She said I should under no circumstances confess to what I have done. That if I just kept quiet, that Matt would be found guilty for sure. I had no choice but to believe in her words. Everybody's quiet now. They're like, we can't say anything about that. You ever notice there's only like 10 people in court? Okay, never mind. This is something I noticed. I thought there would be more people, but, you know, whatever. What this witness has done is clearly unlawful. However, as long as her testimony stands, we can be certain she is not the real killer. Wait, Your Honor! The defense still... Right. It's pointless. At this point in time, it is not possible to indict Miss Andrews on anything. Yes, exactly. There isn't a single piece of evidence that points to her as a murderer. The cross-examination of the witness is over, and so is today's trial. It is established that the witness was the culprit, so please let it go, Mr. Wright. But... Mr. Edgeworth, please place Miss Andrews under arrest for further questioning. Understood, Your Honor. The prosecution will arrange for her detention immediately. That's all. Court is adjourned for today. No! 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 Oh my god. Look at this scene. Always got to me. Like, you know, it's like it just fades out, transition. Judge leaves, and Phoenix is just sitting there with his hands on his head, and he can't believe what the hell just happened. Today's trial is over. I didn't win an acquittal. Witness, would you mind if I asked you something? Edgeworth? What is it? Before you leave court today, I wonder if I might look at one thing. That card in your hand. It's had my interest for quite some time now. What exactly is it? Oh, this? Mr. Wright also asked about this. You know, although I didn't remember at the time that you asked me about it, Mr. Wright. I remember just now. I found this in my room on that day. And don't forget, that's the same card that Maya found. when she was escaped from that room. The room? That day. Yes. I found this card when I discovered Juan's body. It was lying there right next to him. You found that card next to the victim's body? I suppose I must have unconsciously slipped it into my pocket. But it's not as if this card has any relevance to Juan's murder, right? Yeah, I guess not. It's still a strange card if you ask me. But as far as a clue to this case, I don't see why... What's wrong with Edgeworth here? Witness! That card! Give it to me, hurry! Edgeworth? Do you have any idea what you have stupidly yet inadvertently done? This... God, I can't believe you hid this from me all this time! I didn't mean to. What is this all about? I've never seen such an emotional Edgeworth in my entire life. What's up with this card? What the hell does he know about it? That card. What in the world is it? What does it mean? Oh, wait a minute. I want to know what's wrong. Well, for whatever reason, Edgeworth is sure that something's up with it. He knows something with that card. He knows its meaning, I'm assuming. But, of course, we're left in the dark. But what can it all mean? And what's going to happen to Maya now? We never won the acquittal. I mean, we never, got it on the first trial day. What's going to happen, guys? I mean, things don't look good at all anymore. But I guess we're just going to have to wait and see next time, guys. So, as usual, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys next time for Let's Play Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Justice for All for Nintendo DS. See you guys later.